Carolyn Hartz boasts a bikini body and glowing complexion that many women decades younger could only dream of. The Perth-based mother of three, who gave up sugar 28 years ago, after years of being addicted to sweets, recently spoke to Female about her top beauty and health secrets for women of all ages. A lot of women post 50 think that it's not possible to maintain a reasonable shape and weight when they reach 50 or beyond, the Sweet Life founder told Daily Mail Australia. I even speak to women who are in their 40s and who have had children and think they cannot regain their post-baby body. Mrs. Hartz, who is 70, says while it may be a little more difficult to stay in shape for women post-40, it can still be possible if you really want to work at it. We know our metabolism slows down as we get older, it just means we have to take control and make healthier choices and work a little harder, she said. I believe it is very important to be aware of the type of food you eat and the quantity of food you eat. Being mindful while you are eating is a huge factor. Mindless eating can lead to unnecessary weight gain. I say to my customers, taste and enjoy every mouthful. It will help you slow down and you will be less likely to overeat. Mrs. Hart said, the first two tips for women hoping to look their best are to do with their attitude and diet. I am an optimist. Even when I have challenges thrown at me, I have learned to stay positive. I have trained myself to remember that half the glass is always half full, she said. You may laugh at this, but I wish the weather presenters would say a partially sunny day, not a partially cloudy day. I think it would make the viewers so much happier. And when it comes to food, sugar is most certainly out, with Mrs. Hartz opting for an alternative called Xylitol. Research has shown that obesity in Australia has reached epidemic levels, and sugar has been a major contributing factor, Mrs. Hartz explained. I have been sugar-free for 28 years. It was difficult at first as I was a sugar addict, but I believe it is one of the most important reasons I have been able to keep myself healthy and keep my body shape. I make sure I eat protein with every meal, especially breakfast. It stops the cravings. Mrs. Hartz also urges people to never deprive themselves of the food and drinks they love, but to be careful of portion size. Sleep is also crucial, with Mrs. Hartz trying to sleep for at least 8 hours every night. I have done this for most of my life, and now the research shows that it is essential for good health to get this number of hours, she said. It is when our body heals and rejuvenates. Meditation and gratitude are two things Mrs. Hartz credits to her incredible health. I meditate every day, usually in the morning. It means I have to get up half an hour earlier, but the benefits during my working day is enormous, she said. I am so much calmer and intuitive since I have been meditating. I only started meditating at 65, so it is never too late. Even just starting with 5 minutes a day and build to 20 to 30 minutes. I practice gratitude for 5 minutes every morning as part of my meditation. It is the most wonderful, uplifting practice. When it comes to exercise, Mrs. Hartz says she feels the best when she is outside in nature. I walk my dog in the park 30 minutes a day. This is one of the best things that I do all day, as he loves it, and I love it too. I try to do yoga 3 times a week, she said. Mrs. Hartz also recently took up tennis again after 25 years. One of the most important pieces of advice Mrs. Hartz has for women is to never compare themselves to others. Be aware of what you like about them and let them inspire you, but we are all individuals, and we all have our own special traits, she said. Be happy for your friends' successes, enjoy them together. Never be jealous or resentful, both are wasted emotions and only hurt your well-being. Mrs. Hartz also regularly gives back to society, and will be working with the Care Brain Foundation next. With beauty, Mrs. Hartz has been following the same skincare regime since she was 17 years old. I never go to bed without cleansing and removing my makeup, and I moisturize every night, especially around the eyes and neck, she said. I wear sunscreen every day under my makeup, and never sunbake. I am very aware of the damaging effects of the sun, and I had this reminder when I had a cancer removed from my nose when I was only 30. For women in their 20s and 30s, Mrs. Hartz advises them to live life to the absolute fullest. Be happy for everyone and never worry about your age, she said. Don't listen to the naysayers, be your own person. Attitude is your most important asset. Life is not perfect, accept this and grab it with both hands. There is no such thing as failure, it is just a stepping stone to success. In fact, I don't use the word failure, I prefer setback. It does not have a negative tone. Most importantly, train yourself to see the glass as half full. The day is partially sunny, not partially cloudy.